Good afternoon, folks. Tim Tunnicliffe here on the Great Rugby Run, day 22. Getting very close towards the end now, and I'm still in my full running gear. It's a cold day up here in Scotland. It was wet too the last hour. Got soaked right through. But the last couple of miles, had these lads out here who are currently training, and there's some more over here. They all ran down Haddington High Street with me, the last 2 miles down to the club. I felt a bit like Rocky Balboa. It was fantastic to be welcomed here at Haddington with somebody playing the Scottish bagpipes and a load of fresh baked goods, which I could smell from across the field. It was just wonderful. Loads of applause as well, which was just great. And a collection bucket for the My Name's Dolly Foundation. So I'm up here in the clubhouse now, and I'm going to go and try and find somebody to tell us a little bit about Haddington Rugby Clubs. Here we go, here's this one. So, good sir, tell the people what your name is and what you do here at Haddington.
I'm Keith Wallace, President of Haddington. Great to be here today with Tim and supporting Doddy's great cause.
Keith, thank you so much. You've been absolutely incredible running up to the day and today itself. So I just wanted to say thank you for all your support.
Oh, great, thanks Tim. It's amazing what you're doing, really amazing. We're delighted that we're doing it.
And let's just have a look at this bit of kit that you're wearing here. This is absolutely fabulous. Talk us through it. What have we got?
This is just one of from Doddy's Foundation, the cycling gear. So we just got it since you were arriving.
Yeah. So this is available to buy on the website?
Yeah, on the website.
Go and get some people. Right, okay, let's do some history and look around the clubhouse here. So we're going to start with this picture here. I'll just show the people, Keith, first, and then I'll ask you to...
Yeah, this is, we're really proud of our history. We're 111 years old, and this is the first team in 1912, end of that season. Great bunch of guys, obviously, and sadly 6 of them gave their lives, so we always like to remember that. But it's a great picture. Yeah,
a really good one. I just love the sort of formality of pictures like this from those years ago. They just seem, I don't know, really special as a result of that.
Yeah, great. And the next picture we'd like to show you is this one here.
Hang on a second. I'll show the people first, and then we'll talk about it. So it's
we've got a longest standing Scotland Ireland fixture against CYM in Dublin. And this is my dad and his cronies going off in 1952, the first time they flew. And just a great picture of them all, and pride and place in the club here.
Yeah, I mean, how happy do they look in that photo? It's great, isn't it?
They're happy because the time before they went by bus and by boat, and it took them about 24 hours to get there.
Yeah, that's like a good time. Okay, let's go into the clubhouse and see what else we can find. Actually, we'll go straight over here, I think, and then we'll work our way back. So there's a lovely thing here on the wall. So it's lovely metal presentation of...
Yeah, this is when we last did up the upstairs of the club 6 years ago. It shows all the people that donated, club members that donated. And the great image is one of our fantastic players, Dick Shaw. Anyone in Scottish Rugby will know him. He played nearly 1,000 games for us. In my 50 years of playing, he's still the hardest man I've ever taken the pitch with. Fantastic guy. And when we revealed this, Dick himself to pull back the curtain and didn't realise it was him, so it was a fantastic moment. But a phenomenally hard guy and a great rugby player.
Did you ever play against him?
No, why would you?
Good answer. So we're just going to point Dick out here quickly. This in the red, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's him there. And who took this photo, Keith?
Well, I did actually. I'm a photographer. It was just a lucky snap in the 80s. And of course, John Jeffrey, the current chairman of Scottish Rugby, is getting well beaten in that line out, so it's quite a good picture for us.
Good stuff. Okay, so we are going to go through the clubhouse a little bit now, and Keith here is not the only Keith in this clubhouse, because look at this guy. Just going to try and give you all the angles here. So I'll come back round here. Tell me about this, Keith.
This is relatively recent, actually. There was a contest in the town for painting up the goat. The goat's the emblem of the town. It's also the emblem of the rugby club. And this was done by my wife, who's the artist. I'm no artist. And then one of the unknown members put the name on it, so I can't comment on that.
Well, I mean, he's absolutely pride of place here on the corner of the bar, welcoming people into the club as they come in, which is just fantastic. And as we go across here, I'm just going to try and show like all these windows. Look at that it's just like a gallery along to the pitch here. So maybe we can just talk about a little bit about the clubhouse and how it's developed over the years.
Yeah, this is the first main clubhouse on the pitch was built here in '63, and I think we've extended it 7 times. So it's just grown and grown and grown. So I think at the time they overspent. It was supposed to be £2,700, and they spent 4,000 over budget, and it's now valued for insurance purposes at a figure that these old guys wouldn't believe.
Yeah, I'm sure. But you were saying that this used to be split up into different sections.
Yeah, we opened this up 6 years ago just to get more space, or use the space better, and it's been giving us this panoramic view, which is fantastic. The same view that we all knew about, but hadn't realised was there, I think. So,
yeah,
and it's worked really well. It was a bit of a labour of love for a number of us to do this, but it's just great.
Good stuff. Okay, let's move. Actually, I've just seen something here which we didn't talk about before, but it looks amazing. Look at this. Hang on a second. Getting closer.
Yeah, this was a piece that was commissioned by the then owner of the pub, who've just donated to your cause, Tim. So
right.
Fantastic. Just a piece donated to the club. He got it done for us about, I think, in the early '90s. Lovely piece with the lion rampant and the emblem of the goat from the town.
Yeah, climbing up the tree there, trying to grab some grapes, is it?
Yeah, that's his grapes. There's grapes in the Middle Ages here, seemingly.
Right.
It was warm enough in Haddington to grow grapes, so we're led to believe.
That seems unbelievable based on today, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so
let's go. All I say for them.
Yeah. So while we're still talking about the kind of club development here, there's this incredible mural on the wall, on the back wall here. So tell me a little bit about this, Keith.
Yeah, this was done when the club was first opened by one of our then players, Jimmy Bowman, who's an art teacher, talented guy, very good rugby player as well. So he painted this at the time, and we used to have it stuck downstairs out of sight, so we just put it in pride of place when we did up the club 6 years ago. And it's just a super piece. And the 5 previous clubhouses, this is the one on the far side, is the one that's the embryonic one of here, so the first stage of 7 stages on this site. So
yeah, so it's a real good kind of timeline through the history of the clubhouse. And
yeah, so we don't have a timeline since then, but maybe another day.
Yeah, maybe another mural at the far end or something like that at some point. And here are the big achievers from the Haddington Club. So we'll start from the left here. I'll just show the people here. And tell me about Andrew.
Yeah, this is Andrew Jock Weems, great player, played for Scotland before and after the war. Jock lost an eye during the war, but managed to play afterwards. He's famous for the first game back against France, where he asked the SRU for a jersey. They said, "We gave you one before the war." And it's documented somewhere that he refused to go out, and he's going to go out bare-chested, so they found the jersey for him. So he was also he then turned professional inadvertently by writing for the Daily Express, but became a radio commentator and had a young Bill McLaren as his apprentice. So we have a letter here from Bill McLaren before he died, singing Jock's praises. And elsewhere, Bill McLaren actually said that he, in his view, Jock was the doyen of rugby commentators.
Doyen, nonetheless.
So pretty good.
Yeah, that's a pretty good compliment. So the next guy here, Ron Glasgow. So tell me.
Yeah, this is Ron Glasgow. At the time when he was capped, the oldest player to be capped for Scotland, he didn't get his caps because he played for unfashionable clubs like Haddington and Dunfermline, but he got capped in his early 30s. At the time, reckoned to be the hardest tackler in world rugby. There's a couple of guys, Ron's still with us, so he's very frail now, but there's a couple of guys in the club who can remember being tackled in training by him, and they still talk about it as if it was yesterday. He played for a World 15 here with the great Colin Meads, who spoke at Monty's 80th birthday.
Really?
And also there was the great Dave Rollo, who's been featured on Tim's trips. So Dave and Ronnie are great pals, and if you ever saw them together, they were just like 2 kids in a sweet shop. So just lovely guys, but really phenomenal athlete, Ronnie, and great that he finally got capped.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to meet Dave Rollo at Howard Fife, and the guys here were talking about his handshake, and I can confirm it's still phenomenally strong. Yeah, it's got hands Hands up shovels, that man. So next guy up is a name I did recognise previously, a slightly later generation, Derek White.
Yeah, this is Derek White, our only Lion to date. Derek started the first test in '89 alongside Finlay Calder, who Finlay played for us, but he couldn't get out of our fourths. But he was only 15 at the time, so Finlay's dad played for the club. So Finlay, we had two people born in Haddington in that first test, which is pretty amazing. Derek, I was lucky enough to play with Derek when I was just coming into the team, and he was phenomenal then before he got capped. And a great player, really an unassuming guy, but a great player.
Yeah, good stuff. Was Ron going to play for the Lions as well? Was that?
Yeah, Ron would have. It was suggested that Ron would have made the '62 Lions, but he couldn't get off work as a teacher, which was often the case in those days. So, depending on where you were in the amateur days, what your job was, meant whether you could go on a Lions tour, because they went on for 3-4 months. And so,
yeah, of course.
So, yeah, I think that's maybe why he was picked for the World 15 2 years later, because he hadn't played for the Lions. So.
Right. Okay. Cool. Next one. So many here at this club. We got there. That is Grant McKelvey.
Yeah, this is Grant, a great hooker who followed me into the Haddington team. One of the reasons I moved to prop. Grant was always going to be better than me. A great guy. He got capped a wee bit later in his career, but thoroughly deserved. He's done a great job since then, coaching kids, and now works for Murrayfield, works for the SRU. But still referees our minis on Saturday mornings when he's got time, which is always good to see because he's a great disciplinarian.
Right, okay, good stuff. And the last one on the list here, get that right, is Cammy Murray.
Yeah, this is Cammy. I remember him when he was about 4 years old, having a fight with his older brother and thinking that young guy's a bit tasty. He did an Eric Cantona drop kick with his brother on the bus.
Oh, really?
His older brother didn't like that, and Cammy went on to greater things. Great player as well. The highlight of for us is there's a video clip where he tackled Jonah Lumu a couple of times when Jonah was about 5 stone heavier than him, and he also dummied Jonah to score a great try, albeit in a losing team. And as you can see from the picture, wearing a horrendous orange jersey, but that's another story.
Yeah, this is the much maligned bright orange Scottish jersey, which I don't think anybody liked, did they? Not a single person.
I think it lasted about 1 season, so
yeah,
that's it.
Oh, and what about this one down here as well? This is a great. Oh, I love the caricatures. That's a great picture.
Yeah, this is a caricature done by the late Adam Robson, who taught art at Dollar alongside Ronnie, who was a PE teacher. And Adam Robson played for Scotland as well in the back row, and of course was former president of the Scottish Rugby Union. So it's a great piece to have. In fact, we loaned it to an exhibition of Adam's work a few years back because his artwork was on display. So we got it back fortunately because we love it.
Yeah, it's a lovely piece, absolutely lovely piece. Now, tell me a bit about the club in general, Keith. We've got all the lads out here doing their training and stuff like that. What's the kind of connection you got with the local schools and things?
We're really fortunate. We were one of the first clubs to do mini rugby. So a guy, Bill Hamilton from Selkirk, came here in the late 60s, early 70s, set up a mini rugby. So we're over 50 years been doing mini rugby.
Wow.
And it goes from strength to strength. We've got 150 kids at primary school level, and we then work with the school, Knox Academy, and the School of Rugby, and we've got over 100 kids there as well. We do all the coaching, and the school provides the facilities, so it works very well for us.
Tell me a bit about the School of Rugby. How does that work exactly?
Yeah, I mean, it's just it works very well in a single school, single club town. So we provide the coaches. But the kids get extra curriculum lessons in rugby a couple of hours a week, and they also get strength and conditioning in the school as well. And so we use the school facilities, but we provide the coaching, and the support's great from the school, so it works very well.
So very much a collaborative kind of thing.
And so our development officer's in the schools planning all that, so he works very closely with the school. He's part funded by the Scottish Rugby Union, part funded by the club. So that works well as well. Yeah,
so everybody's got a bit of skin in the game, effectively.
Yeah. So it's working really well for us. Because we have to produce our own players, and every so often we produce a team that stays together and we go up the leagues, and then they retire and we come back down the leagues. But I'm convinced that that's our job now, is to introduce players to the game and help retain them somewhere in the game. So that's how it works for us.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, so before we finish this one up, is there anything else you want to tell us about Haddington, the club, yourself, or anything else at all?
Well, Tim suggested that the pitch here wasn't flat, but it isn't flat. That's because we're on top of the world, and this is the natural curvature of the earth. Anyway,
we've not got a good angle to see him, but there's a heck of a camera on this pitch here.
And occasionally we find a standoff. We can kick to all four corners, but not always. So I think that's about us. We're just a local community club. We do lots of things with other voluntary bodies in the town, and you know, for 100 years we've been introducing people to the game.
Yeah.
And every so often we get quite good and do quite well. And we're proud of our internationalists. We're proud of the fact that we've got about 10 players playing up the leagues at the moment as well. One day they'll come back, we hope, and we'll go back up the leagues. But that's us.
And what about you, Keith? What's happened with you recently? I hear you've had a little promotion within the game. Tell me a little bit about that and what that entails.
In August I was elected Vice President of the Scottish Rugby Union. So,
congratulations.
That'll be a 2-year post, and all being well I'll be ratified as President in 2 years' time. So yeah, I'm really proud of that. I'm really proud for the club actually, because it's put a lot into me and I've put a lot into it, and that's what rugby's about. The more you put in, the more you get out. So yeah, that's where I am just now. Congratulations,
I hope it goes really well, and yeah, I look forward to being able to tell people I met the president of the SRU in a couple of years' time. So yeah, anything else you'd like to finish?
No, just it's fantastic what you're doing, Tim. Doddy's been a great friend of Haddington over the years, really good for us, and we've tried to support him several times in several ways, and it's just great you're doing that. So for us, it was an easy thing to do today, because the club thinks he's a great guy and it's a terrific cause. So. Thanks for your efforts.
100%. Thank you. Thanks for your warm welcome. Right, I'm going to finish this one off. That's Keith Wallace here at Haddington RFC. Those lads probably soaking wet and getting cold through by now. So that's the end of day 22. There's 3 more days to go, 3 long days. Tomorrow a 30-miler down to Gala, and then the following day, Friday, where it looks like it's going to be raining all day long, I'm doing another 30 miles around the clubs of the borders before finishing up on Saturday at Melrose Rugby Club. As we've said several times during this video, it's all for the My Name's Doddy Foundation, hoping to get a world free of MND as soon as we can. So if you can donate, the link is on the bottom of this very video. Please do, if you can share the content, and that helps as well. Increase the signal, make more people aware of MND and the fact that it can be solved. There was a breakthrough last week. We need to keep pushing now to try and get this thing fixed. Okay, thanks so much, and I'll see you tomorrow.